Welcome to WFRN News. I'm Elizabeth Jones.
And I'm Nancy O'Brien, and we're here to update you on the revolution today on October 17, 1793.
Today we explain the truth of Marie Antoinette and go live to her beheading. We talk about the start of something big and continuously update on the revolution. Now let's go over to weather with Sandra.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Many of you may have noticed the poor harvest and the lack of good crops this year. Due to the poor weather conditions, we are not expecting this to change. The excessive amount of rain and the cold, dry winds coming in from the northwestern region, known as Mistral, are depleting our crops yield and losing many farmers' money. We are going to be seeing a cold winter coming up again this year, and the people in the Alps and the Pyrenees, as you can see up here, are going to be expecting of a lot of snow and cold, harsh temperatures. But until then, there should be mild temperatures and hopefully less rain. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thanks for the update, Sandra. We will take you live to the beheading of Marie Antoinette in a few minutes. Many people are awaiting this revolutionary day when an adulterer gets brought to justice.
On a more tragic note, Madame Limballe was brutally massacred along with many other aristocrats in a prison in France. This marks the reign of terror led by the one and only chairman of the Committee of Public Safety. It's devastating to know that such horrible things are happening now. If only we could go back to a time when Louis XIV were still alive and we were in a better state.
The whole blame for the start of the French Revolution can be put on King Louis and the 7-Year War. The cost of the 7-Year War was too expensive and put the monarchy into serious debt. So King Louis had to call on the States General to raise the taxes in order to provide money to pay off the debt. This involved the National Assembly, which tried to make a new constitution to make France a constitutional monarchy. Constitutional monarchy would give Louis less power so that we would not go in debt again.
Now, for more news on a startling new issue. Robespierre, chairman of the Committee of Public Safety, has executed many people. There is no end in sight to this yet. It's a terrible thing that he's doing, but more information on him later. Now, let's go live to the beheading of Marie Antoinette. Hello everyone. We are live and awaiting the beheading of Marie Antoinette, born on November 2nd, 1755, in Vienna, Austria. She now meets her tragic end today. With her husband executed just 9 months earlier, she is now put to death, and we get it all live. King Louis XVI, sentenced to the guillotine for treason, was put to death by the National Convention. He was born on August 23rd, 1754, and executed earlier this year in January, 1793.
No!
Aha!
King Louis is finally dead.
He wronged many, but think about this. Was it necessary to execute him? We're here now live with Grace Smith, who's also awaiting this beheading. Grace, what do you think of all this?
Oh, I think she got what she deserved.
And do you think King Louis deserved this as well?
I think he needed to be brought down, but I don't think it was necessary for him to be executed.
And why do you think this?
Well, who should decide who lives and who dies?
Fair enough. Ma'am, what's your thoughts on Maximilien Robespierre?
I think he's ruthless, but he may be the person we need to put this country back in order.
And you think it's right for him to kill so many people?
If they're doing wrong and not helping our country, then yes, I do.
Well, okay. Back to Marie Antoinette. Did you think she was a good leader?
No. She was selfish. She did nothing but think about herself.
And why is that?
Because she had all the things she needed, and she never thought about the poor, and they could certainly use her help. King Louis was no better. He raised our taxes and our cost of living. I think they both got what they deserved.
Thanks, Grace. Now the beheading is beginning.
That was some serious stuff. Thanks, Elizabeth. Now on to more intriguing news. As we said earlier, the chairman of the Committee of Public Safety, Maximilien Robespierre, is going to be popping up a lot more often in our news nowadays due to the Reign of Terror. And so you know more about who he is, we've been working very hard to dig up as much information about him as we could. Robespierre was born on May 6, 1758 in Ireland. In his most recent years, he was elected as States General in 1789, and most recently was appointed public accuser, though he resigned from this position last year. And now to date, he has been elected chairman of the Committee of Public Safety and will now help rule our country.
Now let's go over to Sandra.
Madame Limbaye was massacred along with
Along with a wong.
We will take you to the beheading of
Thanks for the update.
Area. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the excessive amount of rain these past months and a cold, dry wind coming from the northwestern area known as Mistral. I have ink on my hand. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, Elizabeth. Why do I always laugh? Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, Elizabeth. Why are you laughing?
As we said earlier, the chairman, in his most recent years, he was a Now on to more